Hey peeps, what is going on? It is AwkwardFusion here, and welcome to my review of the Rainbow Six Siege beta. Now, obviously, I'm not the only one to do this, and definitely not the first one either, but as long as I get this video up before Cal does, we'll be all good. Just an FYI to everyone watching right now, the gameplay in the background is at max settings on PC, and I'm really not sure what game mode I'm playing because I haven't decided which gameplay to use yet, but it's probably multiplayer. Now, let's get to the juicy stuff. First off, let me talk about the negatives about this game right off the bat because I just want to get that out of the way so I can talk about all the good stuff. To be honest, there isn't too much negative about the game, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that it is in beta right now, so I'm really not too worried about the game when it actually fully releases. My first complaint, however, would be the problems both my friends and I were having with the servers. I found when you tried to join a game with a full squad, there were usually some connection errors that would eventually fix themselves, but still nonetheless annoying. Still keeping in mind the game is in beta. Another thing would be when waiting in a lobby. Sometimes when you're about to get into a game and everyone has the little loading complete beneath them, except for one person who still has the loading thing beneath them, and it never seems to finish no matter how long you wait. So the only solution is for that person to leave, or everyone else to leave. My last bug-related complaint would be the error codes that sometimes pop up. For instance, when you're just in the middle of a match and for whatever reason you get kicked out and given an error code for no apparent reason. Alright, final complaint. The shields, man. The damn shields, they gotta go. Okay, the shields need a serious nerf. I know they've already been nerfed by not being able to aim down sight with your shield up, but that is not enough. It's damn near impossible to kill someone who has a shield, and I know for a fact that I am not the only person that just kinda wants them out of the game. So please, Ubisoft, if you can't find a fix for the shields, can you just get rid of them? Please? Thank you. Alright, enough of that negative shit, let's get to the good stuff, and trust me, there is lots. The graphics look pretty freaking good even on my crappy 1366 by 768 TV, with a few lens flares and a lot of detail on all the textures. Speaking of detail, the amount of detail they put into the different ways you can destroy anything is absolutely amazing to me. The fact that you can practically strip a house down to its bare bones piece by piece by shooting it or punching it or even tossing a grenade at it, it is actually really freaking cool. When Taylor played his first game of Terrorist Hunt, he just ran into the house and got blown up by a bomber, which took pretty well half of the living room and the staircase with it. It actually made it so that I was able to kill somebody that was in the basement because I could just see through the metal rafters that I was standing on. That's when I realized just how dynamic the world surrounding you really is when you play Rainbow Six Siege. The next thing I like would be all of the ways that the game tries and succeeds to make itself as realistic as possible. For a small start, and this is going to sound completely ridiculous, but Rainbow Six Siege is the first game that I've seen that you can prone with your legs out in front of you. And while it looks like you're kind of just getting ready for sex or something, it's a neat little aspect of the game that not many developers probably would have thought about. But what about realism on a bigger scale? How about the fact that you can't just take like 6 bullets in the chest, or you don't regain health by just going to sit in a freaking corner? What about all the weapons and tools themselves? To me anyways, they all look and sound very realistic and act in the game as they would in real life, such as things bouncing up and down on your gun when you run. But back to the looks and the sounds of the guns, to me the guns look like they actually could be real guns instead of some bullshit gun somebody picked off the top of their head, and they all sound like I think they should too. Not to mention, they're pretty damn loud. Another thing that I'm amazed with, sound-wise, not necessarily with guns, is just the general detail put into it. Like, for instance, when someone rappels up the side of a house, you can just hear them throw up their little grappling hook, and then jump onto the side of the building, climb up, and then you can later hear their footsteps as they run across the roof. Like, that's just ridiculous. It's crazy. You can hear, like, everything. I think the final thing I want to touch on is the fact that it is not just another shooter. I can't stress this enough. It actually takes some skill because you can't just run and gun. You actually need to use some tactics and plan out your strategies with your teammates, which is something both my friends and I are all interested in. So I'm not sure when this video is going up in relation to when the beta is going to end, but I'll be leaving 4 beta codes for Rainbow Six Siege in the description of this video, and as well as on the screen in the form of annotations. So if you're an early viewer, you may want to try one of those out. I'll be erasing the codes after the beta is closed, so if you don't see any there, that's probably why. Anyways, that's going to be it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and let me know down below what you think of Rainbow Six Siege. And other than that, just remember subscribing never hurt anybody, and I will see you next time.